broadcasting. And here's the deeper mystery. Manifestation is not only about personal gain. The more you refine your consciousness, the more you realize your desires are connected to something larger. Your alignment influences not only your life, but the collective field of humanity. When you embody love, you don't just attract love, you radiate it, contributing to the healing of the world. This is why ancient sages spoke of manifestation in terms of service and wholeness. They understood that the true power of creation is not about accumulation, it's about resonance. When you resonate with truth, beauty, and goodness, you don't just live a better life, you help elevate life itself. So pause for a moment. Reflect not only on what you wish to manifest, but on why. Does your desire arise from fear, or from love, from lack, or from expansion? This reflection is crucial, because the quantum field does not judge, it simply reflects. When your desire is born from wholeness, its manifestation becomes not just likely, but inevitable. The deeper meaning of manifestation is this. It is not a trick to bend reality. It is an invitation to remember your true nature as a creator, to live awake rather than asleep, and to align your inner being with the highest frequencies you wish to see reflected in your world. Up to this point, we've laid the foundation of quantum manifestation. Consciousness interacts with the quantum field. Coherence creates alignment, and reality reflects your state of being. To go deeper, we need to explore subtler layers of advanced insights that reveal why manifestation is simple in essence, yet rarely mastered in practice. The first advanced insight is this. Time is not what you think it is. In quantum field, past, present, and future are not rigidly separate. All possibilities exist simultaneously, like frames of a film reel. What you call the future is already alive as potential. When you align your state of being, you shift into resonance with that version of reality, and the pathway toward it unfolds. From this perspective, manifestation is not about creating something new. It is about stepping into the timeline where what you seek is already real. This is why imagination is so powerful. When you vividly imagine your desired reality not as fantasy, but as if it is happening now, you begin to merge with that timeline. Your brain cannot fully distinguish between real and vividly imagined experiences. It fires the same neural pathways, releases the same chemicals, and teaches your body how that reality feels. Over time, your subconscious accepts it as normal, and the field responds accordingly. The second advanced insight is about emotional resonance. Many people focus only on thoughts, affirmations, visualizations, mental pictures. But thought without emotion is weak. Emotion is energy in motion, the vibrational frequency that actually imprints onto the field. This is why gratitude, joy, and love are so powerful. They elevate your frequency, pulling you into higher probabilities. And it is also why fear, doubt, and resentment tend to reproduce themselves. The universe reflects not just what you think, but what you feel. The third insight is detachment. This may seem paradoxical. If you want something, why would you let go of it? But here's the truth. Clinging is a signal of lack. Desperation says, I don't have this, and I may never have it. That vibration reinforces absence. Detachment, on the other hand, says, I trust. I know it is already unfolding in the unseen, and I release the need to control when or how. This surrender allows the field to rearrange itself without resistance. The fourth insight, identity over intention. Most people set intentions, but do not shift their identity. They say, I want to be successful, but continue to identify as someone who struggles. Intention is powerful, but identity is magnetic. When your sense of self changes when you become the version of you who already has what you seek, your outer reality must eventually conform. You are not trying to manifest success. You are embodying success, and the field reflects it. And finally, the fifth insight. Coherence is contagious. Your vibration influences not only your life, but also the lives of those around you. When you live in alignment, you naturally elevate others. Your calm shifts the room. Your joy sparks joy in others. This ripple effect demonstrates that manifestation is not merely personal, it is a collective phenomenon. By mastering your own frequency, you contribute to the evolution of the whole. These advanced insights reveal why manifestation is both simple and subtle. Simple, because it rests on universal principles. Subtle, because the ego often interferes, clinging to effort, doubt, and control. But when you practice alignment, patience, trust, and presence, the process becomes natural. And in that moment, manifestation stops being something you do. It becomes who you are. To fully grasp quantum manifestation, we must also step into the lens of psychology. Because while the quantum field responds to frequency and coherence, your inner landscape, your subconscious mind, your habits, your emotional patterns determines what frequency you actually hold. In other words, manifestation is not just about energy. It is also about the architecture of your mind. The subconscious mind is like fertile soil. Whatever seeds are planted, their beliefs, images, repeated thoughts will eventually sprout into your reality. The challenge is that most of these seeds are planted early in life, often unconsciously. If you grew up hearing money is scarce, love is conditional, or success is for others, those beliefs may have taken root deep beneath your awareness. Now, as an adult, you consciously desire abundance or love, but your subconscious still vibrates with scarcity or fear, and the quantum field, ever faithful, reflects the dominant vibration. This explains why so many people say, I tried manifestation, but it doesn't work. The truth is, manifestation is always working, but often it is working from the subconscious patterns you haven't yet uncovered. From a psychological perspective, the key is integration. You cannot simply overlay positive affirmations on top of deep-seated limiting beliefs. The soil must be healed, not ignored. This is where practices like meditation, journaling, shadow work, or therapy become powerful. They bring unconscious beliefs into the light, where they can be questioned and released. Neuroscience adds another dimension here. Every repeated thought strengthens neural pathways in the brain. The more you think, I am not enough, the more that belief becomes hardwired. But the beauty of neuroplasticity is that the brain can change. When you consciously practice new thoughts, I am worthy, I am abundant, I am whole, you begin to rewire the brain. At first, it feels unnatural, even false, because the old pathways are strong. But with repetition and emotional engagement, new circuits form, and the subconscious begins to accept them. Psychology also teaches us about the role of emotion in learning. Experiences charged with strong emotion are remembered most vividly. That is why gratitude and joy are essential to manifestation. When you infuse your vision with positive emotion, the subconscious records it as real. Over time, it begins to treat that imagined reality as familiar, as safe, as normal. And what the subconscious accepts as normal, the body and field begin to manifest as experience. Another psychological dimension is cognitive dissonance, the discomfort we feel when our desires and our beliefs do not align. For example, you may desire health, but believe you lack discipline. This internal conflict creates resistance, which the field mirrors. The solution is not to suppress conflict, but to bring it into awareness and resolve it. By aligning belief with desire, coherence emerges, and manifestation flows more smoothly. Finally, let's touch on identity again. Through the psychological lens, we act consistently with who we believe we are. If you see yourself as a struggler, you will unconsciously sabotage opportunities. If you see yourself as lucky, your behavior and perception will align with luck, and reality confirms it. This is why changing your self-image is the most powerful psychological shift you can make. When identity shifts, manifestation becomes inevitable. So psychology, far from contradicting quantum manifestation, actually supports it. The subconscious is the mechanism through which a frequency stabilizes. Heal the subconscious, align identity, engage emotion, and the quantum field reflects it back. In this way, manifestation is not just spiritual, it is profoundly psychological. It requires both the science of the mind and the mystery of the soul. At this point, we have explored the mechanics of manifestation from scientific, philosophical, and psychological angles. But to truly grasp its depth, we must step into the realm of spirituality, because manifestation is not only about shaping outcomes, it is about remembering your oneness with the very fabric of existence. The quantum field, often described in physics as a sea of infinite probabilities, mirrors what spiritual traditions have long called the universal mind, the divine source, or simply, the one. It is the ground of being from which all forms arise and into which they eventually dissolve. When you manifest, you are not bending reality. You are awakening to your inseparability from this infinite creative intelligence. Think of a wave in the ocean. A wave has its own form, its own movement, yet it is never separate from the ocean. In the same way, you, as an individual consciousness, are an expression of the infinite field. When you align your desires with the flow of this source, manifestation becomes effortless, because you are no longer seeking from a place of separation. You are allowing what already exists in the infinite to rise as form. This is why spiritual teachers emphasize inner stillness. In silence, the illusion of separation fades, and you begin to feel the presence of the infinite within you. From this state, manifestation is not an act of grasping, but allowing an unfolding of what is already true at the deepest level. Here is a paradox. When you chase desires from ego, they often slip further away. When you rest in your true nature, when you embody wholeness and trust, desires are fulfilled naturally. Why? Because the field responds to your state of being, and the highest state is one of unitiming. You are not apart from what you seek, but already connected to it. Quantum manifestation, therefore, is not just about getting what you want. It is about awakening to what you are. The abundance, love, peace, and freedom you seek externally are reflections of qualities already present when you align with them internally. The outer world mirrors them. This is the deeper spiritual secret. The universe outside is a projection of the universe inside. Let's also touch on vibration, a concept shared across both spirituality and science. Spiritual traditions speak of higher and lower states of consciousness, while quantum physics describes frequencies and waveforms. Both point to the same truth. When you raise your vibration through love, gratitude, compassion, you harmonize with higher possibilities in the field. The miracles that follow are not supernatural. They are natural outcomes of resonance. Perhaps the most profound spiritual insight is this: manifestation is not just about your individual life. When you manifest from ego, the vision is small. But when you manifest from soul, your desires align with the greater good. You don't just attract what benefits you, you become a channel for what uplifts the collective. In this way, manifestation evolves from personal power into universal service. When you see manifestation through the spiritual lens, the practice takes on a sacred quality. Every thought, every feeling, every intention becomes an offering to the field. And the field, in turn, reflects back not only what you asked for, but who you are becoming in the process. Up until now, we've explored the philosophy, science, psychology, and spirituality of quantum manifestation. But the true transformation happens when these insights leave the realm of theory and enter the rhythm of daily life. Integration is where manifestation becomes not a practice you occasionally do, but a way of being you consistently embody. The first step to integration is awareness. Begin to notice the patterns of your thoughts and emotions throughout the day. Are you dwelling on scarcity or abundance? Are you rehearsing fear or practicing trust? Awareness alone can be revolutionary because it shines light on unconscious broadcasting. Every time you catch yourself spiraling into doubt, you reclaim the power to shift. The second step is ritual. Human beings thrive on repeated patterns of action that anchor deeper truths. Create daily rituals that align you with the state you wish to embody. For example, each morning, take a few minutes of stillness to visualize your desired reality, not as a distant dream, but as a present state. Feel gratitude for it, as if it already exists. Let your body memorize that vibration. Over time, this ritual programs your subconscious, setting the tone for your day. The third step is embodied action. Manifestation is not about waiting passively for life to deliver. It is about moving as if your desire is already true. If you want to manifest health, act in ways that align with vitality, nourish your body. Rest well, breathe deeply. If you want love, practice kindness and openness in your interactions. If you want abundance, take actions that reflect confidence and creativity. Each action becomes a signal to the field, strengthening the coherence between your inner state and outer reality. The fourth step is gratitude in the moment. Gratitude is not only a response to blessings, it is a frequency that creates them. Practice noticing small joys throughout the day. Warmth of sunlight, laughter of a friend, the quiet of evening. This trains your nervous system to vibrate at appreciation, which in turn attracts more to appreciate. Gratitude is the most natural gateway into alignment. The fifth step is detachment. Integration requires trust and timing. When you plant a seed, you don't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You water it, nurture it, and allow nature to unfold. In the same way, hold your vision with clarity, but release the desperation of control. Trust that the unseen is rearranging itself in ways you cannot yet perceive. And finally, the sixth step is reflection. At the end of the day, pause and review. Where did I live in alignment today? Where did I fall into old patterns? Reflection is not about judgment, it is about gentle course correction. Every evening becomes an opportunity to refine your frequency for tomorrow. When practiced consistently, these small integrations weave manifestation into the fabric of your life. It ceases to be a technique and becomes a natural way of existing. You begin to walk differently, think differently, feel differently. And in that subtle shift, the outer world begins to bend not because you forced it, but because you tuned yourself to a new reality. Integration reminds us that manifestation is not a one-time event, but an ongoing dance between your consciousness and the field. Each day is a new note in that dance, a new chance to align, refine, and embody the truth that you are already creator. We've journeyed through the essence of quantum manifestation, from the science of the quantum field, to the psychology of the subconscious, to the spirituality of oneness. And now we arrive at the question that matters most. What do you do with this knowledge? The answer is beautifully simple. Live it, not as a concept to occasionally revisit, but as a way of being to embody moment by moment. The path of manifestation is not about adding more effort, but about cultivating clarity, coherence, and trust. Here are 3 actionable practices you can begin today. 1. Morning alignment. Each morning, before the noise of the world enters your mind, take 5 minutes of silence. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and visualize the reality you are stepping into not as a dream, but as a present truth. Feel the gratitude, the peace, the joy of it. Let your body know it is real. 2. Emotional reset. Throughout the day, notice when you fall into fear, doubt, or scarcity. Instead of suppressing those emotions, pause. Place a hand on your heart, breathe, and consciously shift your state. Choose a thought or memory that sparks gratitude or love. Even a small reset can redirect the frequency you're broadcasting. 3. Evening reflection. At night, journal 1 moment of alignment you experienced that day. Celebrate it. Then gently note one area where you fell into misalignment, not with judgment, but with awareness. This reflection rewires the subconscious, teaching your mind and body that alignment is natural, possible, and repeatable. If practiced consistently, these simple actions will transform not only what you manifest, but who you become. And as you embody the person who lives in harmony with abundance, love, and peace, the